It's the NFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Chicago. It's the Cowboys and the Bears, and it comes your way next.
This is playoff football in Chicago. The cold, the wind, the snow, and these Bear fans wouldn't have it any other way here inside historic Soldier Field. Coming up, a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a potential classic in store, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Chicago Bears. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown Bears. And on a stage of this magnitude, the conference championship, so many early game jitters can happen, so that scores a big relief to a coach.
Yeah, no one wants to mention that in the locker room before the game. No one says, hey, listen, don't fumble or don't do this because you don't want negative thoughts. That's why getting off to a good start is so huge for everyone. The first score in the conference title game, massive.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a 2nd and 5. Going to run again here with Pollard. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And the pressure gets to him again.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back near his goal line. It's Prescott. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop it well short of the marker.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And we talked about it last week, the pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they've played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they played. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line. Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now a dump off here complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
And this was a nice example of the offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got it not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing again is Fields. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Touchdown! DJ Moore, 31 yards. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. And not only, Charles, did he beat double coverage to make the catch, and then as soon as he did, locked his gaze upfield and made sure to reach the end zone.
Go grab your dictionary, partner. Look up determination, and his picture is going to pop right up. How about him getting through multiple defenders, finding his way through coverage, and making sure he got to the end zone? That's a big-time play right there.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now 14-0. This taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And out now come the Cowboys. One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. You got a dome team on the road in a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs, and looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. Such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they come up now, 2nd and goal. Foreman powering ahead. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Deontay Foreman, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bears continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Now Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Pollard again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 4th down, here's the option.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 16. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
He'll fire deep, looking for more.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago! DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Now the point after try for Santos. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Taking it about the 36. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the 50, here's Fields. He's going to look deep for Moore. And that is caught. Touchdown. DJ Moore on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here, because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Santos now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, what half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs doing battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters, as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Second half begins with a run by Pollard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Yannick Ngakoue picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. DJ Moore headed back out as the Bears take over on possession. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun, because let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A huge play there for Chicago. 49 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Foreman takes it, headed right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner, but at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Running right, it's Pollard. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
On play action, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Back now at Soldier Field, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On third down, it's Prescott. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Quick drop by Jalen Johnson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Mozzie Smith, he's the one who got in there and made that play defensively. On play action, Fields. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. Touchdown Bears! Jarrell Mooney, 41 yards. And the Bears are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A fourth touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 13-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. And this offense on third down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing. Prescott.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Cowboy first down.
First down, Prescott. Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, we all know this quarterback had to spend plenty of time studying prior to the game, but he has to be tired of seeing these guys, especially him. Third time now he's brought this quarterback down. Whole defense has had a great game, but 3 sacks, not hard to find who one of the leaders of that effort was.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Prescott now.
He finds his man, Pollard.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, and it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Take it at the 37. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close as they try to finish this one off. 2 yards to go, second down. They run again with Foreman. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Foreman will try to pick it up. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run and try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Now the point after try for Santos. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was finished off by Deontay Foreman on the touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
It's fielded at the 45. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. On the handoff, here's Foreman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Bears will be shuffling on to the Super Bowl. They are the NFC champs as we say goodnight, everybody. And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.